Hello and welcome to the channel. It's a channel update. Right, so we're sitting at, my God, 6,056 subscribers. Let's have a look at the comments. There's a comment I want to look at. We'll look at one. Now, this is this video. 2 cyclists on right and left pavement not using bike lanes or roads. Why? It's a question. So this guy, Erin Gallagher. Potato famine. 9381. The reason I'm doing this, I'm updating this is I find it quite incredible how people can be blatantly belligerent. Is what she's doing. Alright, so what Erin's saying is, I'm not sure what the problem is, question mark. There's no bike lane on that side of the road where they can see the traffic that is closest to them. Are we really upset that they didn't cross the street to ride in a more dangerous place to avoid being on an empty sidewalk? Is she American? So then I answered. Now, what I did there was, there's 2 elements to this. And what I did was I copied and pasted both elements. And this is what happens. So then she goes, I think I see why I am the only one to comment in your videos. Right, well, she's not the only one to comment in my videos, so that's her sort of I think she's at it a bit. I'm not from the UK, so yeah, good luck with whatever this is. So she's not really interested in it, but the first half of it and second half of it. So then what I said was, you don't want to see it. I could have written a shorter answer if we had more time. If we had more time, we'd be able to write, so it takes longer to write less. So all that, I could have condensed it. So I will condense it. Anyway, for the education of anyone else, the Scottish Government are wasting taxpayers' cash on vanity projects. That can clearly be seen in this video to not being used. So we have a main road they've spent money blocking off parts of it, putting these cone things in and little bollard things, and then they've went and made up a bike lane. Now, that actual particular area is not the worst of it. When you go into Stirling, it's a lot worse. There's all sorts of elaborate bike lanes and things. And some of the bike lanes and bike roundabouts and the roundabouts, what they call active travel and all that shit, some of them are costing billions, right, down in England and everything. But in Scotland, we're doing it, right? So, whilst we have an ever-increasing health crisis, causing death in big numbers, however, we appreciate you sharing your observation. I'm here to answer questions of conversations within this chat. Good luck to you as well. So, what I mean is, Scottish Government, this applies to the British Government as well. Well, let's just stick to Scotland at the moment. They are spending millions and billions on that infrastructure. And in that video, you can clearly see there are 2 cyclists who are not using it properly. They're not. If that's using it properly, then I think the whole system's wrong. The cyclists should be cycling along the road as normal. We shouldn't have spent all that money on that infrastructure. And that is, whilst there are people dying in this country, but nobody cares. That's the point of the video. That's the point I was making to her. Okay? Next topic is something I'm moving away from. But this is to show you. This is about MSB destroys Scottish Government in action over definition of a woman Supreme Court ruling. This is a fake argument. It's nonsense. Don't get involved with it. But I have. So there's very little common sense coming out of any of these people. And I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do about this after I've covered, well, we'll cover this. So this Shaggy Rogers, like a Drake, 19 subscribers and 2 videos. 19 subscribers, 2 videos. A gamer. So this is an example of someone who, in the face of complete and utter certain defeat, is going to carry on arguing and arguing and arguing and arguing. And what happened was, I wrote this. The Supreme Court judgment contradicts the Gender Recognition Act and the Equality Act. So this is a layman's understanding of this, right? I'm not in the legal profession. This is my layman's understanding. This is me writing what I understand, what I know about this situation, which is the Supreme Court ruling claiming to say that in order to be classed as a woman, you have to be biologically female. And the contradiction in the Gender Recognition Act, which says that you can change if you get you have to get a psychiatric assessment. You can change from male to female or female to male. That's been in place since 2004. So this judgment contradicts the act that still exists. It hasn't gone away. It's still there. So that's what's happened. So your comment is wrong. You don't understand the implications, ramifications of the judgment because you don't want to. As Swinney has to tread carefully because of the discrimination claims that are going to happen within the next couple of years over this contradiction. The Gender Recognition Act and the European Court of Human Rights. These are sensible things I'm writing. They're factual things. It's not feelings, it's facts, right? And they don't like it. So this idiot. So there's an argument goes on. I'm delusional and everything, right? So nobody understand a piece of woke mince. You know, okay, right. Supreme Court judgment of the law as it stands. Well, it isn't really. It's 80 pages you could read or something if that's too much reading. So you are wrong. Yeah, it's not me that's going to court. And the fact is we will all lose because this is a taxpayer-funded cock-up. The British government's going to pay for this. This is coming out of the public purse. And it's going to include compensation to transgender women and transgender men. And that's a whole spectrum of them. The whole load of them will be claiming. Ones that's not got a certificate. So, this started, I'll try and make this quick, but this started, right? So that's me writing. So then, so you haven't computed any meaningful facts. Me writing. It's me, right? So what happens? Shaggy Rogers. This is the sort of crap, this idiot. When a Supreme Court judgment counters a law, the judgment is what stands. The offending law does not just stand until another law is enacted to override it. That is not how common law works. Those alleged discrimination claims will have no merit and would rely on another Supreme Court judgment directly in their favour for the claims to go anywhere. The only tread carefully involved here is following the Supreme Court judgments, because these judgments are what determined what the law is actually interpreted as by the justice system. Right, so he's not, he or she has not understood the judgment, right? And they're coming away with this stuff. So I was looking at this going, so he's copied and pasted some of my stuff there. So then he's going, why do you confirm that you don't understand common law? So obviously, that might be true in the French law system, but quite obviously not under UK common law. When a judgment contradicts written statute, the judgment is what has legal weight. If an act is found unenforceable by the Supreme Court, said act is treated as if it was never passed. This is an armchair solicitor here, right? So I thought, I'm just going to get the computer to answer this. And the computer did. Now, when you do that, a lot of people twig onto the fact that you're using a computer. But this guy here, Shaggy Rogers, is so thick. He didn't know that. So this is the answer he got. Look at this answer. It explains everything about common law, about parliament, constitutional law, courts, everything. It's totally fucking him right off, right? Common law, human rights, ECHR, HRA, and that, blah, blah. Crucially, a declaration of incompatibility does not make the act invalid or unenforceable and does not remove it from the statute book. It totally pisses on his bonfire by a country mile. And still the idiot arguing again. More bullshit. And then I'm back in the computer again. He hasn't twigged. The UK absolutely has a constitution that is known as a Magna Carta. It's what gives parliaments the authority to write law. He's one of these armchair solicitors. So this is the answer he's getting. Most people would run away, right? This totally pisses on his bonfire, 100%. There's nobody can argue with this. This is coming from the computer. But it doesn't matter. This is fact. This is sorting out this issue in terms of law, not what you think or what you feel like. I could identify as a piece of rhubarb, but I'm not. And you can't be a piece of rhubarb. You've got to go through the law. This is what exists. You can't make up your own shit and just say it. So he's back again. Doesn't mean he's one of the annoying people that pastes. When you say something, he pastes it in answers. So again, computer. It's so that because the computer is a computer, it's not getting frustrated with him. It's carrying on answer his fears, answer his claims. It keeps on answering. A normal human being would be pissed off by now and say, what the fuck, you're just not listening. Right, so there's more of that. Look at it. So therefore, the statement that when a judgment contradicts written statute, the government in what has the legal weight is generally not true for primary legislation. Acts of Parliament. I also like to add a little bit at the end just to give him a clue that it's me that's pasting this. Parliament itself chooses to amend or repeal it. Anything else, pal? And it was, is there anything else we can help you with today, chum? Hope you now feel suitably enlightened, my friend. More. I know this I'm going to try and speed this up. We'll speed it up. This is all the stuff in this clown. So he just keeps on coming back. He's going on about, he think the French legal system. So he's projecting himself as well. Saying of a lot of words doesn't mean that you actually understand what you're trying to say. It's just projection. So I don't know if he's finally given up. He's probably not. I don't think he is. This is an example of somebody that doesn't give up. They don't know what they're talking about and they just keep on. They can't accept the fact that they're wrong. A lot of people, when they are faced up to this because they're wrong, so here is his last. You are saying a lot of words to say that you don't understand how common law actually works. Now he said that at the start of this, so all I've got to do here is copy that, right? Copy. So we'll just pop it in there. Bang. There's your answer. So I understand your strong convictions, but it's clear we have a fundamental disagreement regarding powers of the Supreme Court in the UK. My responses are based on established and widely accepted principles of UK constitutional law. So he's the computer. My aim is to provide accurate information on the prevailing legal understanding in the UK. I do not have personal opinions or understanding human sense. So I have to miss that bit out. So I'll just copy it. This guy he must be dumb because most people would catch on, that most people would catch on that somebody's using artificial intelligence here. And the thing is, you might say, well, so my point of view is, if people are going to be dickheads to me, use artificial intelligence, why not? They're playing games. Play games. So we've got it there, we just paste it in there. So we'll have to change the bit about the not being human. I mean, that's some answer, isn't it? I mean, I'd run a mile if somebody started doing that. You're arguing, you're farting into the wind. It's proven you completely wrong and yet you're still arguing. So, my aim is to provide accurate information based on the prevailing legal understanding in the UK. I do not have personal opinions or knowledge derived from the vast experience gained at legal school. You know, you think he would know of me doing these little spelling mistakes and that, which reflect these established legal principles. Right, okay. Bang. So, on to the next. On that topic, I've decided I'm going to stop talking about it. Right? So I can't really talk about it in order to say I'm not talking about it. So I think it's time for me to move on from it, because I get up against people like this and it's actually quite... It's boring, it's soul destroying, they're not listening to you. You know, they go on and on and on. And once the judgments get sorted out, I get my compensation, all the other people get their compensation, the taxpayer gets fucking screwed even more. They're still going to carry on fucking arguing about it with J.K. Rowling, all these morons. So I'm actually not talking about it anymore. Which leads me to my next topic, which is Katie's van space. Go and have a look at her channel. I don't want to say too much, but I find that I watch her. I don't want to say too much about opinions on her and stuff like that. But it's a human experience. I think what we'll do is we'll just give you a quick look at it and then we'll move on. Katie's van space. The wild. She maybe changed her name. Go and have a look, make your own mind up. But actually, the reason I like the idea of being out in the country, you know, with a van or wandering, walking in the rain. She did a video walking in the rain, which I quite liked. I don't really get too involved. I just sort of watch it, find out for yourself. Right, so that's enough of that. Well, one of the reasons that I watch her, she never discusses that topic that I'm trying to avoid. And I don't know how she does it. Does she delete comments? I don't know. And that's the way I should be. I should just be me. She's her. She does her thing. I should be me, doing my thing like her. And if you want to start talking about that topic, go and talk somewhere else. That's what I'm going to start doing. So I have been debating the biological sex thing, the transgender thing and everything for quite a while, and it's time to stop, right? It's time to move on. Move on from that subject. Okay? I'll try. I prefer my next topic, which is a lot more fun.
Bizarre.
So, we're going to move on to the next topic, which is the live stream. No, it's this. Hang on.
If I now close my eyes, I may think, is that a man or a woman wearing?
Yes, and there's multiple videos. Glam's extravaganza. That is fun. Absolute fun. Right. So we're moving. A V8. MG V8.
Yes, it is. That's an MG. Yeah, the Rovers were quite rare.
Beautiful car.
The only vehicle seems alive. It's like, well, it's French, like a French Cavalier GL Coupe. That's in Cherry. Yes, a 2-litre GL Cortina with rear fog lamp below the bumper, which you normally land up reversing into something with it. So you got a new steering. It's a new 4-spoke steering wheel, the Mark 4. I prefer the Mark 3 steering wheel. Because I think it's really cool style. You know,
so that's where you have it. We've got classic cars. Classic cars from Glam's extravaganza. So you're not having any arguments about anything It's just cars. Cars are fucking brilliant, right? So I'm not talking about gender or biological sex any fucking more. To come out. So, move on to classic cars. Go and watch all the Glams Extravaganza car videos. I'm going to put more on. Let's stick. Nobody argues about. They don't really argue about cars. Stay away from biological sex. Stay away from J.K. Rowling. Stay away from all that shite. Now, are you finished? What else have you got on your list? That's it, really. Just got to finish up, and that's us. Our channel updates up.
Round. Just goes from there to there.
Right. So
Escort.
So I mean, you can. There you go.
It's
Cars.
You're interested
Tell me
in
about cars.
So far. That's the problem there.
Oh my god. Oh my giddy god, the Scorpio. Oh my god, look at that nose. That's horrible. Even after all those years, it's still horrible.
This looks like 1980s type.
So, thanks for watching.
Please bought a few of them
like,
car auctions.
Like, share and subscribe. Go and watch the live stream. I had loads of them. Right, so what we got now, we've got fucking hell, clones everywhere. We've got go and watch the live. Alright, some of the videos have loaded. They're loading as we speak. Yeah, go and watch the live. It was really good this time. 1458 people watched it. Right. Hold on.
Previously, I would probably be thinking definitely a man.
That's a lot of it, but it isn't in accordance with the basic British values, and I think any government that continues in the direction that it's going may well face difficulties, frankly.
Bizarre.
I'm going to wrap it up, folks. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe.
If I now close my eyes, I may think, is that a man or a woman? Whereas...
So, thanks for watching. The potato famine, it's not my fault. It was caused by disease. It wasn't caused by the British. So fuck off. Bye. Please like, share and subscribe. Why did they no catch fish? Bye. Bye. Bye.